I have here, I've got 2 cups. Each one is filled with something. One of them is filled with salt, and the other one is filled with sand. Okay? Now, I'm going to pour some of the water inside the cup with salt, and some of them inside the cup with the sand. Okay. Now, we notice that the salt here, the cup that has the salt, it's like it has dissolved in water, not completely, but it is disappeared, yeah? So, and we notice here that the sand is still appearing. Now let me give it a little stir. When I'm stirring the water, the salt begins to dissolve. Let me stir the sand with water and keep it aside. Now, what do we notice? We notice that the salt has dissolved while the sand is at the bottom of the cup. Now, how can we take the sand and water apart? How? We can use this water, paper tissue. Okay, you can use any kind of filter, but because I don't have a filter, so I'm gonna use this tissue paper. Oh, I spilled water. It's okay. You notice that the water is going down, but the sand will stay here. The paper towel is not going to let the sand go inside the cup. Now let me try pouring the salty water. Do you see any salt? Do you see any salt coming down? Or here, do you see any salt here? No. So what do we notice? We notice that some stuff dissolve in water and others cannot. So our today's lesson is about mixtures. Mixtures are a combination of things which sometimes can be separated and sometimes cannot. So this is lesson 3 from chapter 10. Now let's begin with page 340. What are mixtures? When you put salt into water, you make a mixture. A mixture is 2 or more things put together. Mixtures can be any combination of solids, liquids, and gases. When you glue different things to paper, you make a mixture. When you put pieces of clay together, you also make a mixture. Now, let us see this very interesting experiment. This is papier-mâché, which is a mixture of flour and water and newspaper. So I'm going to show you, and this year you can cover items with papier-mâché to make things. You see here, it's a can. Okay, I've got it already figured out to you. Over here, I've got a can, and I've already covered it with using paper towel, this one. And here I already did the mixture, which is water and flour. This mixture actually acts as a glue. It sticks anything into another thing, anything you want. So what we do is the following. I'm not gonna pour it all so that I don't mess my hands. Okay, what I did is actually cover this can. And when I continue covering it, once I finish, I can paint it with any colors I want. I can even decorate it using this this art craft, okay? So I can do anything I want with it. Now, let's go to page 341. Sometimes when you mix things together, it is easy to pick them apart again. You can see the different parts of the mixture. The things in the mixture do not change. So here, just like the mixture of water and flour, they acted as a glue. Here we have a glue, and we have colors, painting. We have here the buttons, and over here we have it is actually called chenille, okay? So all of these, the buttons and these art crafts are used to decorate our can. So if I continue decorating my can, I can make it as a pencil holder. Now, the pencil holder is a mixture made of papier-mâché, a can, and buttons. What other mixtures do you see? We see colors. We can mix some colors together and color the papers that we have. Now, we can conclude that a mixture is a combination of things which sometimes can be separated. Remember this. A mixture is a combination of things that sometimes can be separated. So here we can separate the buttons, we can separate anything that we have added, but it is difficult to separate the painting from the paper, the newspaper. Yeah, and it's different also to separate the glue from the paper. It's already dried. Now let's move to page 342. Which mixtures stay mixed? Sometimes when you mix things, it is not easy to change them back. When you make a shake or a smoothie, you mix different foods together. It is hard to take apart after it has been blended. Here, this is before what? Blending. Now, here we have milk, and we have different kinds of fruits, a kiwi, strawberry, blueberry. Now, before blending them, can we take them apart? I think so, yeah. We can take apart the kiwi, we can take apart the blueberries, the strawberries also the milk. The milk will be left, so it will be alone. So we can easily take these apart. But after blending, can you see any strawberry or a kiwi or a blueberry even? This shows that after blending, it is very hard to take the matter, each fruit alone. So this means that the solution, let's go to page 342. A solution is a mixture that is hard to take apart. Sugar and water make a solution. And just like we did with the salt, salt and water are hard to take apart. Now, sugar will dissolve or stay evenly mixed in the water. Now, the other mixture that we did, sand and water, they can be mixed, but they do not make a solution. The sand does not stay mixed and sinks to the bottom of the glass, just like here, you see? The sand has stayed at the bottom of the glass. Now, here in the photo here, we see the soapy water is a solution. The dishes are a mixture. Why is the soapy water a solution? Remember that a solution is a mixture, a combination of things that are hard or difficult to take apart. The soapy water, can we remove soap from water after they have mixed? Of course not. But the dishes are a mixture. Why? Because we can easily remove the dishes apart, so there will be no problem at all. Now let's go to page 344. How can you take mixtures apart? Have you ever picked the pretzels out of a snack mix? You are taking apart a mixture. Some mixtures are harder to take apart. Filters are screens that trap solids but let liquids flow through. Magnets can also help take some mixtures apart. They can be used to separate iron from a mixture. So here I've got some sand, but you see inside it there are some nails, and here I have a magnet. I'm going to try to take them apart. I want to take them apart. How? It got attached. I have another one also. Oh, it got attached as well. Now, this is the way I can separate any iron from anything it has put with. Okay? So, like this photo here, a magnet can help take apart a mixture of sand and iron fillings. Here, a filter can help take apart a mixture of sand and water, just like we used with. Here, do you see the sand particles over the paper towel? So the paper towel acted as a filter. Yeah, and you see here the sand has gathered on the towel. The filter doesn't allow the sand to go inside. Only water is going in. Let's move to page 345. Some mixtures can be even harder to take apart. Evaporation can be used to take a solution of salt and salt water apart. If you leave salt water out to dry, the water evaporates. The salt is left behind. So this cup, the salty water, if I leave it outside for a long time, the water is going to evaporate and it's going to leave the salt in the bottom. That's how I can separate water from salt. Now, you see here in this photo, water has evaporated from the ocean and left salt here. We see here the salt. This is the white, all of this in white is the salt. The ocean has evaporated, the water has evaporated, leaving the salt on the side of the ocean.